Hey, Rolando G. I want to do this quick commentary right now about what we just witnessed a couple of days ago. Now, I did a video on questioning why Will Smith didn't come out at first about the allegations of Augustine Alsina, the singer friend of their son Jaden, sleeping with or having an affair with Jada. And I waited to try to hear all the facts. And here I am right now with a photo. It says 1,000 words. Um, this was the Red Table Talk they finally did, I think, less than a day ago. And to try to hash out, from Jada's point of view, what really went down. And I can tell you the whole time when I saw Will Smith sitting there, man, I kind of sort of felt bad for the brother. But at the same time, I really got to hold him to task. I really got to hold him to task is that if you knew this relationship was going to be like this, or you saw some things in the relationship that wasn't seeming kosher with being with a person like Jada, you should have probably ran for the hills a long time ago. And I understand that you want to feel like Negro or Afro-American Negro females and Afro-American men could be together. But sometimes this is not the case with a lot of us these days. And I think a lot of Afro-American BAWs, aka Daggles, don't understand this. If we cannot be together, which I feel that we cannot be, we need to be separated from each other, far from each other. There is no unity. I'm sorry, there is no black unity. I'm sorry, there's not. Including with that struggle of, that AKA that struggle of. And this is what this is. This is struggle of within a black so-called power couple. You've seen Jada and Will over the years. You saw when they first got together. I thought it was strange, even in the first place, that even Jada would want a guy like Will Smith. You know, West Philadelphia, raised in the middle class, and she's coming straight from somebody's hood, somebody's ghetto. Okay, they from two different sides of the track, but as they say, I guess opposites do attract. I don't know, but I think this was a business deal. How they got hooked up? Now they said it was through their fellow celebrity friends, actor Dwayne Martin and Tisha Campbell. And if you know who they are, if you're black and you've grown up on black shows like Martin and, you know, hanging out all night back in the early mid 90s with Morris Chestnut and Patti LaBelle, and I think Dwayne Martin played his brother on there. I'm actually bringing back all that stuff. You got to have to look that up. But anyway, and you know, actor Dwayne Martin's got his own crap going on with his relationship with Tisha Campbell. I don't want to get into that. But you know, it's crazy that they did this finally and came out. But what took them so long? I mean, Will doesn't have that much backbone, and I'm trying to figure this out. Now, you can sit up here and say that, you know, you believe in the rumors about if Will Smith, he may or may not be, or was he playing on Jada with other men, or he likes other men, or, you know, he's, you know, swinging for the other team. I mean, all lanes aside, when I saw this sit down with these two, as they were putting everything out on the table, or she was putting everything out on the table and was deflecting the whole damn time, you could see the tears well up, or just the tears and the sorrow well up in Will, like, you know, like, you freaking, you know, blankety blank, you know, like, I can't believe that you're doing this to us. You know, and with her Red Table Talk show, it's supposed to bring things to the table that Afro-American black folks won't talk about or need to put out on the table so that we can hash it out and get this thing corrected. I mean, you didn't seen her emasculate so many other fellow Afro-American black men, celebrities at her table. I can't even name. The one I can name the most recent was Snoop, in that fiasco when he said what he said about Gayle King, and she, you know, she was telling him to come on to her show to get chastised by her and her mother and her silly ass daughter, who shouldn't even really be involved in that, with full you know um, grown folks issues that you know probably don't even really apply to her. But since Jaden and Willow have grown up in a house where they're you know being allowed to do whatever they want to do and act funny and weird, like Hollywood kids from the other side of the tracks, it just seems like I mean, I'm very disappointed in Will that he is really continuing to continue in this kind of relationship, and that just shows you how much of a broken man he is. I can't speak from experience, so I'm gonna try to give him. I mean, because first of all, you know me, I ain't never gonna get with the Daggle. I don't give a care how attractive she looks. I've been done with the Daggle for a very long time, and actually, I never hooked up romantically or got involved with the Daggle. I was on the verge of a situation like that back in 2011, but I knew right then and there I had no parts of this Daggle. Jada Pinkett is what you call an attractive, I guess, Daggle, but she's a Daggle. She's part of what we in SYSBM keep talking about. And I'm trying to understand, and then he said at some point when he first hooked up with Jada, he felt insecure because Tupac was around at that time, before Tupac passed away in the latter part of 1996 on September 7th. So 95, he was already dating Jada. So was Tupac really banging Jada on the side, or really getting at Jada? Like, I mean, according to Jada, that wasn't the case. But you got to kind of wonder why he was so jealous. And if this has happened before, Will, you continued in this relationship, being degraded and disrespected, man. So that tells me something about you. That you play all these damn characters that are, supposedly masculine characters, and then you, even in your own marriage, and that Jada is the alpha in this relationship. Will Smith, you got to understand about SYSBM, man. You really got to understand about SYSBM, MGTOW, whatever. You got to go your own way. This is going to be a damn disaster if you stay in this relationship. Because she feels like she didn't do anything wrong. And I hate when women in general say, well, I was trying to find myself, or we grew apart. And I mean, even at that separation point, if I was Will Smith, I would have said, hey, I would have gone right down to the courts, filled out them separation or divorce papers, and said, hey, and then we're going to go, and we'll reconvene, with our attorneys to see what we can split up, amongst us. I don't know if they have their, I don't know how, I mean, I know they're multi-millionaire. I don't know how much. I think he might be worth more than her. I haven't checked both their net worths, but I'm gonna probably have to check their net worths with another video that I'll do on that. But seeing this and seeing not the whole entirety of it, but just seeing bits and pieces of it. And Tommy Sotomayor, I was in his chat when he had it on, and he was, making it exclusive. But yeah, man, this is just sad, and just the whole time she was deflecting, like she was coming off like this didn't matter, like this was water up under the bridge, so let's just move forward, just like black women do. Anything they do, Daggles, anything that this Daggle does, she justifies it or tries to justify it, knowing that it's wrong. Because two wrongs don't make a right. And Will, what you said towards the end, I got to get you back, dude. Dude, you have to understand, as a 50-plus-year-old man, you need to really leave this relationship. This is not a healthy relationship. I don't know where you find how you continuing in this farce of a relationship with this woman is going to make anything better. Willow and Jaden are actually grown now, or damn near pretty much grown. They saw a stain Parents staying together. I mean, now it's. I mean, I'm sorry. You guys are going to have to go your own separate ways. I mean, this can't continue. I mean, this is really embarrassing, especially to so-called Afro-American on Afro-American so-called struggle stay together black folks so-called love. This is I mean, this is what you call this? And this is probably happening in every major Afro-American black home across the country. You got a woman like Jada that's running that's running the show, and a man like Will Smith who just has to just stay in his so-called place because she is the matriarch. And when he said that, and she said, "Oh, yeah, you gonna get me back?" Okay, she, what, and that meant for code, like, dude, okay, you gonna try to do that on me? Okay, well, you gonna see what happens if you do that. I swear, man. I mean, marriage in the United States is a freaking doggone joke. And if y'all think this is the last of what we heard about this whole thing, I mean, in August Alstina, I don't really commend the so-called young brother to come out with this information. I mean, he should have just kept this to himself. I mean, because this has put them on blast. I mean, maybe it's for a reason. Maybe this had to happen. Maybe we needed to see how much of a farce this so-called long-term power so-called couple, that their marriage was just a one big joke. And it pretty much has been, to me, in my opinion. I mean, the way I'm looking at it, I mean, look who runs the damn show. She does. She's too damn masculine. She's too alpha female. This is what you wanted, Will Smith, but like most Afro-American men, you're told you gotta keep it, you gotta keep it black. You gotta keep it. Will Smith, man, if I had your money and your success, I got a wide range of various women I would pick to be my wife. And you got to vet these women. I mean, you got to vet all women, and I understand that. But to be in this kind of relationship with a woman like this, it's toxic, and it's going to lead you to where you don't want to be, in somewhere 6 feet deep. So this is very sad, man. I mean, I didn't want to do a commentary on this, but just looking at this picture, I mean, this picture can say 1,000 words, and this is not what I call healthy at all. Even though they talked it out on her Red Table Talk show, it was just embarrassing. And the whole time, like I said, she deflected and didn't say, hey, what I did was wrong. She wasn't remorseful about it or not. And this is how these women are. This is how today's female is. And brothers, you really got to make that choice. I mean, I can't make the choice for you. I would never put myself in a position like this. Thank God I never met a woman like this. And I briefly so-called dated somebody that in high school, it even was barely over 2 weeks I dated this chick, and she looked dead on like Jada Pinkett, which is very interesting. All right, man. I done had enough. Like, share, subscribe. This is my commentary on the Red Table Talk with Will Smith and Jada. Basically, having to come to terms with the rumors and the reality of what happened with Jada cheating. Very sad indeed, but a life lesson to learn that these relationships in the public are just BAW on black relationships are not working in this day and age. All right, this is Rolando G. SYSBM, brothers. I'm out.